Well, in many ways, as much as we think it changed, we're still using a lot of the same terminology. So in some respects, we've been doing this I've been in the business for over 20 years. And we were talking about getting connectivity back then, and we were talking about bandwidth, and we were talking about security. And we're still talking about those things, but less so on the connectivity. We've solved a lot of those items, but we used to think we took security seriously, and the world has changed. The types of threats, the volume of threats, the technologies we're using to combat those threats has changed quite a bit. Bandwidth continues to grow exponentially. We've consistently seen that growth over the 20 years, and there's no indications that it's going to slow down. And probably the biggest change is the reliance on the network. Whether it be planned or unplanned outages, the appetite for those is slim to none. The customers expect perfection. Their reliance on the network is as high as it's ever been. Through all the projects over the years, whether it be consolidation and centralization and shared services and now cloud, everybody's lives are incumbent upon a functioning network, and when it's not, either when it's not working or it's not performing, it's impacting every aspect of their lives. So that's probably the security aspects and the reliance on the network are the things that have changed dramatically over time. Cybersecurity obviously is on the top of mind for everyone, and it does take the entire team to keep that focus. We're doing a lot of things for cybersecurity coordination. Obviously within my own team, we've got a handful of folks that are dedicated for security related elements as it relates to the network. Within our own organization, we've got a team of folks with our CISO that are 100% dedicated to the task of security. So the way we've solved our internal coordination is we have what we call our virtual security team. So we've got representatives from the central security group with the CISO, and then we've got members across all the disciplines because security touches everybody. So that works well on how we coordinate what we're doing inside our organization in terms of developing strategy, responding to threats and events that take place that are security in nature. For a long time, we've been using enterprise architecture in the state. So we've got a enterprise architecture team dedicated purely to security. So that's been a great forum for communication and coordination across our customer base and getting their buy-in and input. More recently, our governor has created a cybersecurity task force, and that has been a nice new addition to help bring the executive body, the executive folks into the conversation, helping set priorities and strategies in terms of where we're taking security and on the investments we want to make there. It's also been an opportunity for us to help educate across that group and get their buy-in and support. So we're doing the coordination at a number of different levels. Innovation, specifically around the network, I think probably our biggest focus around innovation would be through leveraging automation. There's a lot of buzzwords, whether it be SecOps, DevOps, network ops, etc., SDN, are things we hear about. I think we're focused really on automation and trying to leverage automation as much as we can. We are trying to leverage automation in how we manage the security. Whether it be intelligence feeds we're getting from trusted sources and modifying our security posture in real time, whether it be leveraging automation to deploy and configure things. It's helping with speed of execution, it's helping with accuracy and consistency, and leveraging automation is ultimately improving the quality of the service that we provide. The top of mind for everybody is the fiscal environment in North Dakota. I think it's been well documented that North Dakota was doing extremely well for a number of years because of a very strong economy across all the commodity sectors, and oil was the one that grabbed a lot of attention for folks and made a lot of the headlines. And in the recent years, the commodity prices have fallen, and with that, revenue intake for the state has been less than expected. So for the first time that I can recall in my tenure with state government, we've had in biennium budget cuts. So we've seen allotments across our customer base. And we recognize that going into our legislative session this winter is going to be challenging unless we see some major change in the economy, which we're not expecting anything significant at this point. So what we're doing there is taking a hard look at ourselves. We pride ourselves in being stewards of the taxpayers' dollars, and we feel like we're regularly taking all the steps necessary to make sure that we're financially responsible. But when you're in times of fiscal challenges, you take a hard look at yourself, and we're doing that, looking for efficiencies in how we operate, looking if there's better or different services that we could offer or package that we sell to our customers. So looking at ourselves, we're also spending a lot of time with our customer base. As a fee-for-service organization, we're reviewing the services that they procure from us, making sure they're the right size, the right fit. In some cases, we're right-sizing those. In other cases, we're finding opportunities to leverage technology so that they can gain efficiencies in other areas. Obviously, with technology, we've got a whole list of priorities that we're working on. If I think of the top 3 priorities that I'm focused on for the immediate future, the first one would be around the term legacy modernization. We've got a fair amount of our infrastructure that is at various stages of reaching end of life. So we'll be focused heavily on making sure we refresh that infrastructure to make sure we're providing the services and the quality that is necessary. Whenever you're doing an equipment refresh, it's always a great time to kind of review what you're doing to make sure the design and the architecture fits, so that'll be a part of it. So that'll be a key operational thing. Second, probably, and I don't know that they're in order necessarily, but cybersecurity has been a key focus for us for a long time, and I envision will continue to be a key focus going forward. Looking at all the solutions that we have in place, seeing what new solutions we might need, leveraging the existing solutions, and making sure we continue to maintain a secure environment for the consumers of the network. And then third is aligned a lot with the conference we're at here today, the Internet of Things. We recognize we're just at the infancy of that, and it's going to have big impacts across a lot of areas, and we want to make sure that we've got the infrastructure in place so that we can enable and support sort of the managed utilization of the Internet of Things. Whether it be, a wired, wireless, whatever networks it is, making sure the networks exist in a way that the consumption of the Internet of Things makes sense.